Hi, welcome to Man of Steel Fan Gives Hope, the Facebook page on YouTube. So this video really, I want to try to be different. My page on Facebook is all about positivity, but I also want to try and share my concerns of DC because we all have it. Okay, I started the page, doing the page, also in you need to watch the negative stuff. You need to read the bookish, okay? And it does get you down at times. So I just want this video to be a wee bit of both for the positive and the negative, so you get to know me a little bit better. But I came across this wee article, and I think the article was quite good, and it sums it up, and it was by a Christian Michael Stoic. He's done it July 28th, 2017, and he called it, you can find the whole article on the page, he called it DC Extended Universe Troubles with Vicious and Misleading Rumours. And I'll read it out to you so I won't be looking at your lovely selves, and we over there. I don't have a big house to myself, very, very rare. I get the house to myself, especially when there's still light outside. Right. DCEU Vicious Rumours. The fledgling DC Extended Universe has been doing quite well for Warner Bros. While most of the DC films haven't been critically darlings, with the exception of the glowing and successful Wonder Woman, each one has done well at the box office and allowed Warner Bros. To continue to build upon the massive increase in popularity. There is also a massive increase in rumours, and rumours about the DCU have escalated to almost ridiculous levels. They seem to come out of nowhere and have always seemed to be negative. The vicious cycle of negative rumours has been doing nothing but being harmful to the DC brand and frustrating for the fans. With this harmful energy at the forefront of reports of the DCU, it is a good time to look at why this has been happening. The first couple of DCU films have been poorly received from critics, just from critics. Meanwhile, Marvel hasn't had a single badly received film. Even their weaker films have good Rotten Tomato scores. The DCU is a newcomer, and obviously tension and rivalry can arise from that. With their films not doing well on that front, DC has become an easy target for drama. Anything bad that happens on a DC film set makes your rumour mill start rolling. And more often than not, these rumours are damaging regardless of their validity. No, validity. The value of it, basically. The validity. You get those times you get just like words, and they're easy to say. You're saying them already in your head, but when you come and say it, you just can't. Recently, some changes have been happening in Warner Brothers in regards to the DC film divisions. The studio's schedule keeps changing. That was one of my drawbacks. And projects keep appearing then disappearing at random. When Zack Snyder had to step down from Justice League because of his personal issues, I discussed the vicious attacks towards the director. But this change up has brought a lot of confusion, allowing rumours to seep in and cause more damage. There have been extensive reports regarding how much Joss Whedon has contributed to the project, leading fans to speculate as to how much the director is reshaping Snyder's original vision. Warner Bros. Has insisted that Justice League will still be a Zack Snyder film, but rumours are saying the opposite. The lack of faith in Warner Brothers is problematic, and the studio's actions and reactions to the rumours have only further hurt themselves. The amount of rumours that have been perpetrated is staggering. Most of them are obvious fakes, but some have been reported by major news sites and blogs. Most of these rumours have been about reshoots. But here's the thing. Every major movie goes through this process. Blockbusters often need an extra scenes, pick-up shots, or anything of that nature. When Marvel does it, everything's going as planned. When it comes to DC films, however, these reshoots are often labelled as signs of trouble. Signs of trouble. People use this as a claim to say that DC is in dire trouble. But this ridiculous cycle is not helped by Warner Brothers' problem with publicity, and it all mixes to give fans far more to fear than they should. Hence why my page should not need to exist. One of the most recent negative rumours regarding DC had to do with Ben Affleck's future as Batman. Warner Brothers is said to be exploring options to usher out Affleck's Caped Crusader from the DC Extended Universe, but the actor personally shut down these rumours while promoting Justice League at Comic-Con International in San Diego this past weekend. Of course, the rumour spread like wildfire due to how well Affleck was received in the role in his debut in last year's BVS, Dawn of Justice. But just the thought of Affleck leaving the cape behind is scary. It's frustrating for the fans to think of the possibility that one of DC's strongest actors, I'm loving this article, let me get it's get frustrating. One of DC's strongest actors could be let go, even though Affleck already commented on the matter. The damage has been done, and I have a feeling that rumours like this will keep circulating. The DCU will have to face rumours like this for some time. It's an unfair part of being an underdog. DC films will need to have consistent positive reception, to have the pendulum swing back in their favour. The studio's next two films this November, Justice League 2000 and 2018's Aquaman, will determine the brand's future, and hopefully the rumour mill will slow down, if not stop entirely. But the need to adapt DC is just part of the problem. Another aspect is that Warner Brothers need to do a better job at showing confidence with a constantly fluctuating schedule. Warner Brothers' retractionary attitude is allowing for vicious attackers to come in and be successful at creating problems. With the DCU in a new state of finding its identity, I hope that there will be a less vicious attack on them. I'm hoping rumours can slow down and that we can have successful Marvel and DC franchises at the same time. This is a possibility, but things need to change, and people should always second guess any sort of negative news without confirmation for that to happen. What do you think? Comment below. So that was that bit. Now recently, I made videos about, Ben Affleck leaving Zack Snyder's role in the universe and stuff, and Henry Cavill's moustache. And after I made the Henry Cavill moustache, I found and he tweeted that it's a load of ridiculous things, and NASA's looking into the problem. He was being very, very sarcastic, the British sort of humour that not a lot of people get. We never mean what we say, really. And he says, no, NASA's looking into the problem, and everything else is a machine. No, none of these stuff that has been said about his moustache was right. Ben Affleck, what was the latest thing? Oh yeah, he signed on for the Mark Reeves films, and of course, what can they spin on that? Yep. Batman Beyond. We're nowhere near ready at Batman Beyond, and even if it does, those Batman Beyond films will spur on another franchise, another spin-off movies, but Batman will still be Batman in the recent timeline of things, so they just can't let it go. So the moustache was shot down. There was an article about Zack Snyder, which is on my Facebook also, just stating that he still has a strong influence on the creative team and even the producers. I mean, how much does Warner Brothers need to come out, and producers and the creative team of DC have to come out and start, saying, listen, this is bullshit you're reading, this is the truth. And even when they tell the truth and when they tell people the facts, you'll still have people coming out and trying to twist it, or trying to twist some sort of weird sentence. But again, they've got the creative team there. They've got the Jeff Johns now on board, and working with Zack Snyder, and so he can be a part of the creative process, but also work on films he wanted to do after Justice League. Because it is really, let's call it the Snyderverse, and we're getting great directors. And if you can say what you want about Snyderverse, Wonder Woman worked, didn't it? Didn't Wonder Woman work? You know what I mean? And it was their plan from day one to make the Justice League more right. And some people commented about, Gwen Stacy and Spider-Man, and there was not all that much loss. Well, now you got loss in Batman v Superman. You had it through Suicide Squad. There's never been a hero or a character in a comic book movie that was killed in a long period of loss through certain types of films, only to be resurrected and brought back, and hopefully a tremendous big way that people are talking about. And you can say what you want about DC Removille, and you can talk Billkish about it. People are still talking about these films. They're still, whether good or bad, it's debatable. The fact that they're arguing here, left and right and centre, it's people don't talk about Marvel. People just accept Marvel films for what they are, and that's it. Not much to be said about that. The latest thing now is, who's got all the views between the Infinity War and or is it Ragnarok trailer compared to the Justice League or something. I mean, I don't really give a hoot about it. You would think realistically that Marvel should be having not that great because they've been around longer. If they hadn't, then Marvel should worry. My concerns as a fan would be, the fact that there's still no mention of a Man of Steel 2 movie. And rightfully said though, the Man of Steel film came out, and then you had BVS, and you've had everything concentrating on Superman. You had Suicide Squad mention Superman. You'll have most of the film of Justice League, even when he's not there, they'll be talking about Superman. Now, so maybe they need to give Superman a wee bit of a break, even though he's had a break because he got killed and he won't be in this. But again, Superman's one of these powerful beings, and now because of the Justice League, if Brainiac came down to Earth, you would be asking, why is the Justice League not turned up? So it would probably be very hard to write stories around about that. But then again, they'll do that. They'll just ignore that these people exist. Because Gotham City is across the water from Metropolis and stuff. So if a big alien ship came down, you would expect cameos of Batman. Now, vice versa, if things open there, phone call from Clark. So there would have to be some sort of story in order to explain it, or Warner Brothers can just knock that in the head and say, no, we're not bothering explaining it. And you want a standalone movie of Superman, here we are, we're not going to explain why the other superheroes aren't there. And a lot of you probably wouldn't mind that. So the other thing, of course, we've heard the Black Adam is not being the villain of it, and of the Shazam movie. Now, first of all, we were told there was a Shazam movie, and The Rock had been saying that you're going to see him pretty soon. And what that article says about rescheduling or whatever of the films doesn't give people much confidence. But then again, you know, I can't think of a villain in Marvel. I mean, I'm not up to date there with you know, of the character Captain Marvel and his brothers and his sisters and stuff like that. So there's probably more characters. The best book I've read about the Captain Marvel sort of family, I know, is the 52 book. It was a story when Superman and Batman, after Final Crisis, they went, you know, they sort of retired with Wonder Woman, and all these characters came forward, ones that never, you know, the ones in the Justice League that always played the minor roles, they got this new series called 52. Check it out. I thought it was a fantastic read. And when I was reading this, something cropped up. Happens, not been research. Justice League, there will be a Zack Snyder film, but rumours. What is it now? Seen pickup shots, one of the most, Ben Affleck's future, you know, DC will have to, there was something in that caught my eye. Just off point now, I'm still collecting those books, the Eagle Moss, and they're now sending me 3 books at a time, and it's been a while since I've been into a shop. I'm still buying the Injustice series just now. I got the 52 omnibus one, and it's just a lot of money. You know, I'm buying DVDs and box sets and everything else. I've got to choose what books, and I'm already getting 3 of these delivered, and so I've kind of cut back in my reading. I'm way behind on anything Rebirth, but after reading the big omnibus, I know it's doing well, and it'll be a fantastic read if I get it, you know. This was one of them, is The Man Who Laughs and Arkham Asylum. So I flicked through just to see if the story rang a bell, and no, I've not read it. And here we have now. I've stated this the case. The one book I haven't read that won some sort of awards, I don't know, was the Grant Morrison one. And you know I'm not big on Grant Morrison, but also in it you get Arkham Asylum, you know. And so when I go into a comic book shop and I see this artwork, it doesn't enthrall me. You know, the story could be brilliant. I mean, I will now read it because it's in this book, but it was just a story that's not grabbed me. And as I say, Grant Morrison's has always let me down. Jeff Johns is definitely the hero for me when he writes books, you know. And Grant Morrison's a fellow Scotsman, you know. I just sometimes just think he's got a big head. So that was some of my worries, you know. Where is Man of Steel? We want Man of Steel 2 as well. So we've got Batgirl. We've got talk about now David Ayer as well. He's another guy that's had a hard time, and I will stand by that film. I liked it. Of course, there's a lot of things that could be improved, but for me, it introduced, and you'll see a lot of Suicide Squad videos about it. But there's talks about him leaving the DCU, and I just believe that Warner Brothers are learning the lessons the hard way, and they should be giving these directors more free time as to decide what kind of film, length of film it should be, and let them go with it and be that way instead of, I mean, if this is a film that he done in a short period of time, what could he do if he had more time? So I would say just give this guy a break, you know. As far as, I mean, as I say, we've only got a small list of DC movies to go by. A lot of them we, you know, Flashpoint. And I was speaking to one of my workmates who watches the Flash TV show, and I was explaining to him what the Flashpoint was, because he doesn't read the comic books, and explained the story and the ideas of what some people have been posting about what the Flashpoint movie could be, and some people speculating that it will, everybody's speculating that it's just going to redo the whole DC universe, which I think, no, it's just a standalone. It is, and I believe I get that article 100%. There's talks about Wonder Woman going for an Oscar because of all the things the film achieved. As I say, on my page there's a great article about Zack Snyder not leaving the DCU. Listen, I'm a lot for Patty Jenkins as well, directing Man of Steel 2. I like her style. You know, I think visually as well. I think definitely Zack Snyder for Justice League 2. And if Justice League works as well, it's coming out in November. Yep, get on Joss Whedon. I believe, you know, we should have a team of dedicated directors, no matter how personally we feel about them. I think, you know, Joss Whedon has seen what DC and Zack Snyder has been doing, and he's probably more on board because this is the guy that made Cabin in the Woods. So maybe he can go dark as well. The music as well for Batman v Super, for Justice League. Again, I think it's going to go on par with what was already done by Junkie XL. They're going to mesh it all together, so I wouldn't worry too much about the music score. And I just hope that when Justice League trailer comes out again, we don't get anything else. I think if they show the same shots, maybe at a different angle, and keep the story and keep us guessing, would be fantastic. But these are my thoughts and my concerns just now. Yeah, where is Man of Steel? Give us Henry Cavill. You know, give us the We're getting the Batman one. We're getting, as I say, Shazam is coming out. Maybe Man of Steel will be in that. Maybe that's a good entry point. Have the wee boy, like the cartoon movie. Days of what's it called? Days of Thunder. Yeah, Thunder or something. But when young boy meets his idol Superman, maybe he can be in it that way. But as I say, just hold back on the leash about, you know, Man of Steel 2 getting a movie. You know, he may be what Ben Affleck's been doing with Batman and doing these wee cameo roles. And let me know what you think down below, or what you think might be good story plot for a Man of Steel 2. And, you know, and as I say, Henry Cavill for me is he's one of the best Superman and characters. You know, he is a great character himself, Henry Cavill, and he portrays himself when he's not in the costume and out in the world. He presents himself very well to people and to the fans, and he's got a lot of respect. And I loved the Comic-Con when people came down and Ben Affleck appeared and he put it down to rights and put people down to rights and Cyborg. And I just hope that Cyborg, here's another thing, there's no mention of a Cyborg movie. I would love it for a Cyborg film and get his backstory done. But let's all just hope that even though these films are mentioned, what that article said, they chop and change the films, you know. They don't really have that steady timeline. So hopefully Justice League will come out and change all that and change people's ideas of what character they want to see next. And as I said, Flashpoint, okay, weeks and weeks ago, people were estimating that, you know, there's not been a director for the Flash. Flash is no go. People were worrying about the Flash. People had forgotten about Cyborg. There was no people worrying about the Cyborg movie. It was all Flash and Robert Zemeckis and stuff like that. Now we have a Flash movie. And now we got the... So I think with Cyborg being embedded with this mother box, I think it'll be a great hero film. Again, to have a coloured man on front of the screen, just like the women. I think Warner Brothers will break the box office They've done it with Wonder Woman, being the first female. Oh, check this out. Okay, let's be very PC. Cyborg movie, first sort of black superhero. Right, as big as this, as big as a blockbuster. Because what was the one before that? Blade. Who else? Don't know. But little Green Lanterns might be. But you know what I mean when I say just, you know, Cyborg's right there. You know, when the Avengers came out, there wasn't a black man there. So if they get a Cyborg in and get a black director, Dceu Washington. You know, I'd love to see what he could do, a comic book character. You know, and tell that in a struggle. I'm dying to see his film Fences. You know, so if he can deal with all that in a turmoil stuff, I'd love to see what it does with Cyborg, and you know, even Static. You know. So let us know your thoughts and your fears and whatnot, and down below. I tried not to make this too negative. Tried to be optimistic. I was going to sit here and give you all my woes and stuff like that. But it's just not in me. You know, all my negatives somehow, I think it's working on my page for so long, I crush the negative stuff and totally that. But another good point is, you know, I miss the days of we can just look forward to a superhero movie without all the bullkish. I'd like to not even hear anything about any superhero movie and just go to the film and enjoy it. Do you know? It's days like this you wish that the internet wasn't invented. You know, the internet, it could be a really good tool, and it could be a really evil tool, as we know about cyberbullying and stuff like that. So I'm sorry about the length of this video. You probably already switched off in 2 minutes. Thanks for your comments, those who supported me and have went and checked out on the page. It's helping me carry on. I check the YouTube channels all the time, and I see how good and how professional people are on those. But I'm just doing this for people that like the page, the people who just want to just talk DC. Right, I'm going to switch off now. I'm getting too deep. But please check out my subscribers down below. Not my subscribers, people that I subscribe to. Videos that I like, and I promise you'll like them too. Thanks very much, and be positive out there.